Hey, WEDI kids, we are so glad that you're back for week 2. We're gonna start teaching you the WEDI skills. Are you guys ready for it? Jesus, are you gonna help us? We need your strength. Jesus is back there. We're literally hanging out together. So glad we're together again. Oh my goodness. You're gonna learn this week about catching fish for God. Jesus called his disciples to join him to catch fish with God. And the first thing he did when he met them was he got in the boat with them and he was talking to the people and he said, Peter, I want you to let out your net to catch the fish. And Peter said, we just got through fishing all morning. It's getting hot. We've done a lot of work, fished last night. Hey, I'm done, man. I'm just pushing this boat out so you can give a little sermon. And Jesus says, throw your net in the water anyways. He says, Lord, since you said it, I'll do it. He throws his net in and he catches so many fish that the boat begins to sink. They're throwing these flappity floppity fishes into the boat. Fishes are smacking them in the face. There's fish everywhere. Oh no, we're going to sink. And this guy's like, it's like having a vehicle. It's going to crash and sink. So they have to bring in their buddy's boat, James and John, and they fill 2 boats full of fish sinking. Thank goodness they were near the shore and they came to the shore. Peter was like, are you kidding me? I had no idea that when Jesus is in the boat fills up with fish. And so he bowed down on his feet. He was crying out to God. And what happened to him was supernatural conversion. And he put his face on the ground and he said, get away from me, Jesus. I'm a sinner. And when we talk more about evangelism and conversion, you'll know that Peter entered the kingdom in that moment because he knew that God was his Savior and that he needed a Savior. Now, Jesus started the journey with the disciples when he said these words, don't be afraid. And for some of you, you may be afraid. It's like, I can't do the Jesus skills. I can't do what Jesus did. And he told his disciples, don't be afraid. I will make you fishers of men now. It's like you've been fishing for fish, but now it's time to fish for people. And I want to ask you, WEDI warriors, do you want to fish with Jesus? Because Jesus says, on the water's edge, right? That all happened on the water's edge. We go to water's edge, and that's what our church means. When you learn to follow God at the water's edge. And so at the water's edge, they learn that they are called to fish with Jesus for people. Do you want to fish for people? What would it be like if people encountered God and entered the kingdom because you were used by God to pray for them and see them come into the kingdom like Jesus did with Peter? You see, the whole WEDI ministry is summarized by the words of Jesus to make us fishers of men. You go to school every day, you see tons of people, lots of them you know are struggling in darkness. Is that right, Jesus? He said, yes, that's right. He said, lots of people you know are struggling in darkness, and he did not put those people in your life so that you could hate them. He put those people in your life so you could hate Satan, who makes them that way, and so that you can help get them into the kingdom. So the WEDI training curriculum is designed to make WEDI warriors so that we can fish for people and add them into the kingdom. And so if you want to join WEDI, that means you are becoming a fisher of men with Jesus. If you want to become the kind of person who fishes for men, then we challenge you. We challenge you today and teach you today. You got to do WEDI with us, and you got to come along and become a WEDI warrior, because it's time for you to fish for men along with Jesus. And I want to tell you a scary verse, because I know that your moms and dads and your teachers at church may not tell you all the scary verses. So Ross has got to tell you the scary verse is this. When Jesus was casting out demons, he said this word, because they were mad at him because he was casting out demons. Jesus, you should not be doing that. And in fact, you're doing that by the power of Satan. And Jesus says, he or she who does not gather with me scatters. Do you want to gather with Jesus or scatter? Do you want to bring people into the boat or do you want to move people away from the boat? Because Jesus is saying you actually don't have an option. You will either gather with Christ or you'll do your own thing. But you won't even know that in doing your own thing, you're not doing anything but scattering people. And Jesus says, I want you to join me in deliverance. I want you to join me in evangelism. I want you to join me in healing. And I say, unless you're gathering with me, you're scattering. And so you're young, but you're ready. Start praying for the lost people at your school. Start praying for your teachers. Start using the skills and asking God to give you an opportunity to lead people to Christ. You can, because Jesus is in you and ready to empower you to do the things that He does. So today we're going to focus and just get you guys to understand the foundation of WEDI, that we want to fish for people and bring them into the kingdom. So today you need to decide, are you going to make the commitment to fish for men, or are you going to scatter? Because Jesus says, I want you to gather with me. And that's what this program is about. And so pray about it and decide, is God calling you to gather with Jesus and to fish with Jesus? Jesus, are they invited? He said, yes, they're invited. They can come and be with Him in the joy-filled practice of fishing for men. I hope you'll enjoy. I hope you'll continue to come. I hope you'll get ready. And I hope today you'll commit yourself to being the kind of person who's fruitful in fishing for men. God bless you. See you soon.